AI isn't just something people use anymore. It's something that's actively reading your site and it's helping people decide if your website is worth clicking on. So, what does this mean for your website content? That's what we're going to unpack today. Hi, I'm Appy from iCode Happy. I help small business owners get websites that work for them, especially now that AI is changing how we search, how we research online, and how we buy. This is the third video in the Back to Website School video series. Last week, we talked about how your website role has changed. It's no longer where people start searching. A lot of the time, people come to your website after they've already used AI to do research. Today, I'm going to show you how to structure your content so that AI can find the answers that it's looking for and people know exactly what to do next. You don't need to be a techie. There's a few things you can look for that can make a big difference. By the end of this video, we'll talk about how the big picture is shifting, and I'll also have a handful of techniques that you can use to help your website. So the first major focus we're going to talk about is making your website easy to understand. That's not new. We have been working on making websites easy to understand since we started building websites. But there's a couple of ways that you can work on that are critical for the changes that we're seeing with AI. And one of the first topics, it's not something I came up with, but it's something I'm seeing in a lot of places right now. And that is to make your website answer the questions that your visitors have. This goes back to classic advice for small businesses about knowing who you serve. And the better you know who you serve and what questions they're asking right now, the easier it is to incorporate that into your website content in a very natural way. With AI, it's critical to make sure that you're including those specific questions and the answers that you have on your website, whether that's in the form of the question in a heading and the answer in the text very clearly and simply, or whether that is an actual frequently asked questions page or section on maybe some of your offer pages. The next technique with this theme of making your website more understandable for AI and for humans is to make your content scannable. When you have text on your page broken up into headings, not just one heading at the top of the page or one heading at the top of the section and then a block of text, but several headings down through the content so that people know what to narrow in on. Look at it on your phone. That's one of the best ways to find some of these things on your own website or have a friend read it. I do website audits. And one of the first things I do is I go to my phone and I just look at their website before I use software and all of that kind of thing. I look at their website and I start scrolling through and I start reading it. Even if I've seen it before, I read it as if I've never seen it before. And I start looking, okay, where's an offer? Okay, if I'm their customer, what am I going to do next? So that's one of the website tricks that you can do. It's very simple. Take your phone, go to your website, and act like you've never seen it before. And start trying to navigate, start trying to read through the content. And it can really help you to understand the experience that your visitor and the experience that AI are having on your website. The next big picture idea that we're going to talk about is navigation. Again, navigation is not something new. We've had menus on websites for the last 30 years. But what we continue to struggle with is easy navigation, navigation that is intuitive and where we don't get stuck. Have you ever been to a website where you start off maybe on a collections page or from a main menu item, and maybe there's some links and you click down into those links and all of a sudden you don't know how to get back without circling back to the very top level main navigation link and going all the way back through. Maybe you just wanted to back up and go to the next item in the list, but you can't. So how can you improve navigation on your website? You can follow some simple guidelines. These are not hard and fast rules. If you have specific reasons for breaking some of these, that's fine. But as a guideline, keeping your top level navigation pretty simple and not having tons of choices from your top navigation, that can help. If you do let people click down into specific topics or informational pages, add links back to where you came from. You can use breadcrumbs on blog posts or e-commerce, so you can see where you are in the navigation, and it can help you to get back to the level that you'd like to go to. You can check and see how many clicks it takes you to get to the main content. And you can start to tell if you get too many clicks, if you're getting to 4, 5, 6 clicks to get to the main content that most people are going to be trying to get to, maybe consider ways you could make that easier. The third big picture item that we're going to talk about is making it easy to convert. Just like our other two topics, this is not a new idea. We have always wanted to make it simple and easy for people to buy the thing, sign up for the newsletter, book the call, whatever the thing is that we want people to do on our website. It's always been important that that be easy. Now with AI, it's crucial. And why? Because instead of coming to your website to do their research, where they're going to find out a lot of information and get the details about how the pieces work and how things fit together, then buying the thing, people are doing the research on AI. So when they get to your website, it's possible that they are ready to go do the thing right now. And maybe they aren't going to come start on your homepage. So it's critical that wherever they land on your website, whether that's a blog post, whether that is a list of podcasts that you've created, whether that is a summary page for your YouTube channel, whether that's a landing page for one of your products, all of those pages need to allow people to go buy the thing that they want or do the thing that they want to do on your page really quickly and easily. So making sure that there are links to those options from all of those pages without looking like a bowl of spaghetti, it takes some consideration. It takes some thought and some planning and some care. Maybe they're coming to an offer page. If that's the case, they need to know right away, what's the next step? What's going to happen? What's the process? What can I expect? We don't want to be fuzzy about pricing, if at all possible. Have you ever been to a website where there are multiple offers? And just in reading those, it's hard to tell which one is the one that you're really looking for, what the differences really are. I've been on those websites too many times to count. And if I'm not sure, I'm probably not going to buy. And if I do, I'm going to ask you some questions first. So if you're getting a lot of questions about your offers, I have such and such a situation, which offer should I choose out of your offers? If you're getting questions like that, try to take those things and incorporate them into the content of your website so that people can answer those questions for themselves. You can even use start here buttons or quizzes to help people select and understand which offer is for them. And then, like I said earlier, making sure that the process and the path is really clear. With AI research, people are not necessarily going to end up on your homepage. So being able to get to the place where they can buy the thing they want or book or sign up, whatever, making your calls to action or your calls to value very clear, showing people the steps in the process, those are all things that can help so that people are ready to make that decision when they get to your website. And there's no friction that would keep them from deciding. So if you're building, rebuilding, refreshing your website, these are some ways to structure your content so that it can serve AI and your people really well. You can make it easy to understand with headings and making the content scannable. You can make it easy to navigate by keeping your structure and your links really well organized. And you can make it easy to convert with clear offers, next steps, and the idea of people coming in at various places on your website. These shifts can help people use AI to find you, and they can help people make the decision to work with you easier when they do. Next week, we're going to talk about the core pieces of content for your website. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again.